These are your cheat sheets. This sheet you will have, that will be your cheat sheet of showing you how to contact different body parts, okay, if you have a partner working on you. This is your handout that shows all the different trigger points, one of the key component trigger points that you want to work on for each area. Okay. On this front part right here, you'll see two dots right by the collarbone and right by the front of the pelvis next to it where it says wrist points. The trigger points here, the trigger points right off the inside of the pelvis right here. Those are the main areas that get skipped if you just follow this sheet. Okay, they have been documented in here, so you want to do those as well. The trigger points that you would do if you don't have the skill, which I don't expect you as a person this is new to be able to go in, find, and treat a trigger point just like that. I should be able to. I've done this thousands and thousands of times. I can go in, I can go on Sarah, for example, locate very quickly, there's a trigger point. Would you agree? Mm-hmm. Okay. On her, she would need to tell me. So you need to ask your partner, where are you sore, where are you stiff, where do you have the discomfort? If they have a problem in the arms or the legs, you go to that part of the spine that sends nerve supply down them. So for example, neck has nerve supply down the arms, low back would be the nerve supply down the legs. So you don't want to work an arm until you work the neck. So you ask the person, where are you sore? They say, here it's sore. So you would point to this area as an example. So we go feel. If she says her back up and through here is sore, we go to the back through here. We find the spot right there. Feel the tenderness? Mm-hmm. We found it. Now if you don't know if you're on it or not, then she would guide you. So you take your hand like this, just like if you would rub your shoulders right in here, you should see most likely you don't have any soreness. Go ahead and do that. Okay? Check that out for yourself. If you see that sore, that's an area where you would be working on as well after you work the nerve supply to it. So we go here, we find it, take a middle finger pressure on the neck and squeeze in. Slowly squeeze until the person says,
uncle,
or deep enough. Big breath in. They want to take a big breath in, big breath out. On the out breath, she'll tell you they're released. Would you agree? Mm-hmm. Good. For low backs, let's go face down for me. For low backs, we would want to primarily work in a few areas. Into the muscles here, above are the ribs, below is the pelvis. So can you see from the video on this? Good. This angle right here is between this area is where you want to work on. So you take your elbow once you've found it with your fingertips and you put pressure in until the person says deep enough. Hold it. They breathe in, they breathe out, it lets up. Within 3 to 5 seconds usually that trigger point lets up. If it doesn't, you're not on the right spot. Move around until they go, oh, that's it. Okay? Glutes are another area. Okay? Again, work this before you go down the legs. Point it back for me. You can work the low back with also the front of the muscles that attach on the front of your spine. Go ahead and bend both knees. So you have the person bend their knees, you reach in and find the pelvis. So you probably want to bring that camera up here and get up over the top view. So we find here, this tends to be a ticklish spot. So you get in like so, squeeze in until the person says deep enough. They take a big breath in, big breath out, and the muscle relaxes. Now I'm not actually doing one on her at that point. Okay? Good. Have see it again. Use of this little tool. If you do not have a partner, this thing is fantastic. You don't have a partner or somebody who's not consistent, gotta get one of these. Remember, trigger point therapy is not treating the symptoms, you're treating the function, you're improving function. So you take this thing as an example. The person's, if you're the person working yourself, you got the knees bent, it would go right on the muscle here, hand either there or here. Pull straight down into it until you get the trigger point to tighten up, or until you get that tension you're seeing. Take a big breath in, big breath out, the muscle release. You'll feel a lessening of intensity. Once a lessening of intensity is done, move on, don't continue. Okay, don't sit there and work it. You're done, okay? Thank you, ma'am. I'll let you step out of the way for a minute. If you're going to be working the neck and shoulders, with this, getting back in through here, you take this like so, relaxed on the inside arm. This one, you hold, you put pressure, take a big breath in, take a big breath out. Now you've got a release of the trigger point. The intensity will lessen. You find it by doing this. Find it, relax, the pressure, big breath in, big breath out, and you'll see it release. And if you watch what happens, I'm putting a heck of a lot of pressure. This thing, that's a lot of pressure. Okay, don't kill yourself with it. It's what you can handle and tolerate Big breath in, big breath out, you'll feel it release. For the neck, you reach across and grab your own collarbone. Right in this area is where you find the trigger points. Pinch grip it with middle finger, squeeze, big breath in, big breath out, and you release that. For headaches, right at the back of the skull, this one you can do, squeeze in and hold pressure right there. For low back, like so, grab it, pull in, big breath in, big breath out, and it's released. So those are the ways you can actually find and treat trigger points. As a quick summary, if you're working with a partner, they need to ask you where you're sore. You tell them. They go in, they find it. They go in, they hold for pressure with the different mechanisms, either a knuckle punch, thumb over thumb, elbow on big muscles, squeeze grip, all the things you saw on the one sheet of paper. Use those contact points, hold that pressure, they breathe in, they breathe out, they let up, it's done. Okay? 3 times a week, if you're under corrective care, minimum like 3 times a week is what you need to do on this. If you don't, you're not going to get the results. I guarantee it. It'll show up in your results. You won't have as faster results, as good of results. You'll have to see me more and pay me more to get the results. I'm sure you don't want to do that. So do the work at home. It will help. Thank you very much.